Jai Shri Mataji. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra.
Tvameva sakshat Shri
Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Let us bring our attention on our left channel. Shimataji, kindly awaken the pure desire within us. Kindly remove all the thoughts coming from our past. Now let us bring our attention on our right channel. Shimataji, kindly awaken the pure attention within us. Kindly help us to remove all the thoughts coming from our future. Let us bring our attention on our Sahasrara. Shri Mataji, kindly bring our attention into the present. Kindly help us to establish our attention on your lotus feet. Let us listen to Shri Mataji's talk.
So yesterday was a nice day for all of us, and I said something of a different level. We've been talking all the time about the mundane things, and these things sometimes are very, what's it? It's all right. Are of so much importance, we think. But when I talked to you yesterday, I hope you all realized that we have to now jump into another realm of a subtler understanding of Sajuk. First, we were worried about our families, our children, our households, then our marriages. One after another, all these questions came up. And we were concerned about all these things, little things. Then we also got concerned about the ashrams which we were running, the problems of the ashram, what we have been doing, how we have been facing the problems, how people are creating problems. That's how our humanity started acquiring a subtler understanding. And then we also realized that we are blessed by God, that there's something great that is always looking after us, some higher force, some special attention is there about us. This is what we realized. Today I was explaining how it happens. That how we realize that God is helping us. Any problem is an effect of some sort of a cause. Every problem. Like Mona wrote a letter that she was driving in a motorway and the car went out of control and the brake would not act. And there was a car coming from the right, car coming from the left, cars going in front and behind. And she felt that they'll be finished. Two of them were traveling to surgeries. So the cause was the car or the brake or whatever it was, mechanism, and the effect was all the problem. So now how to overcome that problem? Supposing you try to neutralize the effect. You cannot, because cause is still there. You try to improve the cause, it doesn't work out. Then what to do? So the easiest thing is to cross the cause, to ascend over, to go beyond the cause. So the cause does not exist for you, so the effect does not exist. As long as the cause exists in your attention, the effect will be there. So what did she do? She just prayed to me. Just thought of me that mother, now it's my last chance. That's all. So the cause disappeared. Because you go beyond it. And the effect also disappeared, and she was surprised. So you must ascend away from the cause. Now a problem. My wife is like this, my husband like this, my family life like this, surgeries are like this, all kinds of things are there. It's an effect. Now what's the cause? Is such and such person. Alright. Now how do you get negation of the cause? Surrender. You have the right to do that. You have a knack to do it. You can do it. You are capable of it. You are entitled to do it. When you don't do it, you forget. You just forget. If you surrender that cause, effects will go away. But that is the thing at that time to remember, that you have to ascend, to go beyond the cause is the best way to get rid of it. So, I've been playing with you. You had causes to say, oh mother, this is the problem, I have no job, now I have a job, then the job is to be had, then the wife is not there, she must have a wife, and the wife has a problem and she is to be divorced, and that is that, and this is that. Then I'm like that, I'm very bad because there's a bhoot in me. So the bhoot is the cause. And I'm behaving like this because there's a bhoot in me. That's also a scapegoat, I think. So first you go beyond that, saying, what is bhoot? Who is bhoot? I know my mother. And mother, you look after this bhoot of mine. That's all. But for that, an emergency has to come to you. Otherwise, you just don't do it with that power. When you are in emergent condition, then it works out faster. When it is not emergency, it is half-hearted. Like Mona's condition. There was another case where a journalist was traveling from, I think Lonavala or something, and his brakes broke down, and he was with another journalist. So both of them were coming. This another journalist told me. The another one was surgery. So he found his brakes are not working, and he found his car is going. In front, there's a big truck coming up and another truck coming from behind. And there was no way for him to turn or to get out of it. And his brakes were on. That was an emergency. Such an emergency that developed into his mind that, oh God, now the last moment has come. Now I'm finished. There's a truck coming from there and another truck. And within a split of a second, he was to be finished. Then he just closed his eyes and he told his friend, think of mother, that's all. And then what he found, that he was nicely crawling on the road and the trucks were left behind and the brake was good. But that emergency has to come. Human beings are such that unless and until they are put into tight corners, they never do that. Once they are in a tight corner, then they do it. That is the reason why people try to take ascetic life. Because if you are an ascetic, then you are in a tight corner. They go to Gobi Desert to create that emergency within you. So then you think of God. You get detached. But that's too late to go to Gobi Desert. They create problems for them to get into tight corners so that they can get out of it. But for Sir Yogi, if they are wise, they need not have. But how do we achieve it otherwise, without any getting tired? Only way is meditation. Everybody must meditate, is the point. If you do not meditate, you can continue for a while. You may be alright for a while, for 2 months, maybe 2 years, but then you drop. Many people think, oh, what's the need to meditate? You see, it's alright. If you don't meditate, it doesn't matter. It's not true. Because in meditation only you grow. In emergency you suddenly grow, no doubt. I mean, you just like a jack in the box, just come up with a spring. But if you have to have a continuous growth, then you must meditate, allow the thought, after thoughts coming, and then allow them to subside, because you rise into the state of thoughtless awareness, and in that thoughtless awareness you grow. And you grow in your detachment to the cause of all the effects. If there is no cause, there is no effect. But this is the problem with us, is that we do not meditate normally. Only when it comes to absolute last point, now you have to fall in the well, then we think of it. Maybe at that moment you are helped, but you don't grow. Growth can only come if you meditate. That is one very important part, is complete help to people who meditate. Otherwise, in the normal life, how do we grow? If we have no oxygen, we cannot grow. We have to have sufficient oxygen, we have to have sufficient food, we have to have all these things. But in spirituality, you grow through meditation. There is no way out. Those who think they can grow are bumptious. Actually bumptious people. Because they can talk a lot about Sir Yoga. I've seen people who talk too much about Sir Yoga. They can give big lectures, this, that, but have no vibrations at all. They can't do any work for Sir Yoga. They are not collective, they have no sense to be collective. All kinds of problems. But the growth is to be achieved through meditation. That is one part. That is, we can say, is the worship, is the puja. Then you don't have to give up anything, you just become detached. Detached from the cause itself. That's one point. Secondly, that this I would say will take you to the subtler side of your emotional bindings. Because emotional binding has given you certain identification, you are a Christian or a Hindu or a Muslim or this and that, or a British or any kind of a race, whatever you have to call it. All those things will drop out because you will be a detached person. So these emotional bindings, he is my brother, he is my sister, I am worried about my wife, I am worried about my child. All these emotional bindings which make you a smaller personality will drop out, and you will have one emotional binding, is that I am growing in my compassion. Compassion is active. My compassion is effective. My compassion is a light. My compassion gives me discretion. I am a yogi. And secondly, you read about Sir Yoga, you know about Sir Yoga, you know the technique of Sir Yoga, You raise your kundalini, you clean your chakras, try to understand about mantras, you master your mantras, you master your deities, you please them. All these things, when they are done properly, then your mental bindings will drop. Those who think they are great scientists, they will know that this is no science. The science of God's technique is much more. Those who think they are well-read people, when they read about Sahaja Yoga and work it out on themselves and see for themselves and on others, they will know that whatever they have read is all stupid, has no meaning, is empty. And that's how a kind of an emptiness will come. Emptiness of ego. Because you'll see that knowledge is so great. Like Newton said that knowledge is like an ocean and I'm like a little child collecting some pebbles at its shore. What an understanding. So that emptiness comes in you, and then the real knowledge starts coming. The identification with real knowledge comes. When you talk, that talk has an effect. That's a mantra. You just don't jabber. Oh, I know Sahaja Yoga. I've been in Sahaja Yoga for 15 years. Good for nothing. You may be there for 100 years, but you may remain the donkey as donkey is. Absolutely. But you may remain there only for 1 year. And you may become from a donkey a human being and a yogi too. But that is what we have to, first of all, decondition ourselves by attaching ourselves emotionally to Mother. I mean, you have an advantage over many other yogis of the world who came for things that nothing to look for. They knew of a primordial Mother, they knew about this, but they had no form. You have a form. You are very fortunate and lucky people, you have a form. It's easy to adore a form than to adore something abstract in the air, you see. Absolute consciousness, how do you adore it? Where do you catch it? But that attachment doesn't mean in any way that you have to give me anything. What do you give me? Nothing. But detachment from the cause. And this works out. You have seen it in your lifetime. You also say that it works out, but somehow it worked out. What is bandhan? It's nothing. But you are attaching yourself to your mother. You're just telephoning to her. This is a telephone going to your mother. That's all. You know, I also play with you. I also say, alright, I'll give you a bandhan. I'm giving bandhan to myself. It's a telephone call. Just a telephone call. But the faith has developed now that yes, this is the real faith, where you get completely detached in your emotional things. It's just my mother, alright, just give her a bandhan, finished. My father, give him a bandhan. My brother, give him a bandhan. What are you doing? Bandhan. What are you doing? You are putting them in the bonds of your mother. But you are not conscious that you are doing that. You are just binding them with the love of your mother which is flowing through your hand. What are these vibrations? It's your mother's love. You've got it. It is flowing through you. But what about your love for your mother? And that is what I find that at the time when there is complete emergency, that surrender comes. And it works. So, there's no need to create any emergencies. You must slow and steadily work it out. And it will build up by itself within you. You will have that power within you, I assure you. But meditation is one way, another is the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga. Not showing off, not telling others, but working it out on yourself. Different chakras, how they work out. On yourself, not on others. Once you start teaching others, it's a bhoot. You better learn it for yourself within yourself. I know who has mastered which chakra, which. Nobody tell others this is the way to do it. That is absolute nonsensical ego. So such things should not be done. If somebody asks you, you can tell. Individual. But on a large scale, you do not give lectures on that. And don't confuse people. Now, so we have two things that we have to get over: our emotional grossness and our mental grossness. Same with our physical grossness. Physical grossness can be overcome if you surrender yourself to one medicine is vibrations. Like Anupama, my grandchild, told her mother, you were born in allopathy, then you are following homeopathy. Tomorrow you will find out some jumbopathy, then some numbopathy. So, but I am born in God. And I follow only God's path. And God will look after me and God will cure me. So my daughter said, why? You may also change. He said, why? Because God never changes. Simple answer. God will cure me. But you must have that much assent to say that. As you just jump out at the time of emergency. Same sort of an urge, that same sort of a personality should be within you to say that. Just if you say, oh God, please save me. God has no time for such. You have no time for God. God has no time for you. Simple thing. So from sublime to mundane things when we come, we exist in both the things and we are effective. Whether we are in the lamp or in the light or in the oil, we are at a certain point. And we give the effectiveness without being the cause. Because you are beyond the cause. So there is no need to create any cause for anything, but you see the effect. So once the cause is finished, effect is achieved, and is achieved what is to be achieved. The correctness of it. The correct thing you get. You do not get perverse thing. But if you go with the cause, then you can have perversity, you can have all kinds of problems. So the best thing is to detach yourself from causes. And then you get the effect, like as I told you that the brake got alright. The effect was there. The car was alright. Everything was fine. So the effect was alright. But the cause was lost. There was no cause. Why? How? How the thing was perfected? If you ask the effect of it, you say, how did it get? You can't explain. It didn't work out. So because the cause is missing, you cannot put it to any cause. You sometimes say it's divine whether it worked out. So the only cause that is really effective is divinity. But the divinity should not be just as a mundane sort of a thing. All right, yes, mother's photograph is there. Namaste, going. All right, namaste. Good morning, mother. Finished. That's not it. You have to know your mother and you have to love your mother. That is what it is. It's very embarrassing to say that you must love me. But as a mother in this lifetime, I have done many embarrassing things, and one of them is this. That I don't know how to tell the truth. But this is a fact. So you need not go through any emergencies or any such problems. You just develop yourself in such a way that you are so developed that it just acts and works out.
Mahamantras.
श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्र स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
Thank you, Shri Mataji, for blessing us with this beautiful collective meditation. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Mataji. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji and take Bandhan. We'll continue our morning meditation tomorrow, Sunday morning, same time. Jai Shri Mataji.